Welcome back to Bitcast Beans FF's disclaimer. This is a pure work of fan fiction. Boss, your mom sent a list of groceries to get before coming back home, or unless she won't let you enter in home. Jungkook Shaffer, who's also his good friend, informed him, which let him groan in annoyance. Who will say I'm CEO of a company when all I'm doing is getting groceries from store? He huffs. But who was he to say no to his mother's order? Fine, then move car towards grocery store. John just nods. Anna and Aryan, both of you, behave. And no, we're not getting these, she warns with a stern look, while the both little naughty devils pout and cross their arms as they're upset with their mother. Why know both of them more than she know herself? After all, she have give birth to both of these cute creatures. She wanna laugh on their act, but maintain her calm face and start walking forward with her food trolley. When she felt both of them were not coming behind her, she let out a deep breath. She was not going to get them all these jellies, especially when they are not good for their health. So, no one want Mama's apple pie after study time today? She announced, little loudly to get their attention, and their face lit up. I see then, I'll eat whole apple by myself. Their eyes widened as they immediately went towards Wan and clung to her legs from both sides. I also wanted Mama. I should be good boy, Aryan said, showing his gummy smile. Yes, and I'm good girl too, and I don't want these jellos anymore. I just want love Mama's pie, Anna announced with a cute grin, and the cute talk make one girl slightly, and she nods in approval. Varam both Prince and Princess once, wonderful Aryan says and pinch Anna's cheeks. Jungkook, who was getting ingredients from the other shelf, stopped on his rack as his heart skipped a beat to hear the familiar voice. His heart starts beating faster as he got stuck in his position. Boss, he slightly shook him, and that's when Jungkook came back to reality and immediately turned towards a voice only to find no one there. Who was standing there? He asked John in a desperate voice, making John frown in confusion. A girl with two kids. Jungkook felt difficulty in breathing as he leaves the food can in his hand and immediately paced to find the girl. His subconsciousness was saying it's the same girl whom he was thinking about, and with each passing second, he was having difficulty in breathing. Boss, where are you going? He used John's mild voice, but his mind was not working to process anything else at the moment. He runs from one side to other, breathing heavily, and after searching for a few minutes, he heard that voice again. We already got all the ingredients, my baby. A girl spoke in a cute, babyish voice. It was more like she was telling it to someone. It was her. It was supposed to be her. He can't differentiate the voice in thousand peoples. He didn't wait another second and took some heavy steps towards the direction. His breath was coming heavier than before, and there she was smiling while talking with the kid, and Jingo forgot to breathe. When he heard himself speaking, the girl looks towards the direction or to see who just called her, and her smile vanished. And she got froze on her position. He stared at her who was taking deep breaths. And he didn't fail to see a glint of causiness in her eyes too. She just stared at him for some heavy moments before averting her gaze to other side and wipe her eyes. Mom, you know that uncle? When hands tremble as she just bite her lower lip and hold the food cart tightly for a little composure. Taking a deep breath, she faced back towards him with cold expressions now, the hint of sadness, surprise, and vulnerability long gone. No, my love, I don't know this uncle, she spits out, staring directly in his eyes, and he felt as he lost everything. Let's go. She faced back towards her kids with a smile, while Jungkook was standing there with broken heart. One stop, please listen. He tried to come closer, but she shot him her hand as an indication to stop and step away. I'm sorry, sir, you're mistaken. With that saying, she immediately left from there without sparing him another glance. When heart was beating faster than a marathon racer, she don't know what exactly was bothering her. Her meeting her ex-boyfriend after 8 years, the fact he disappeared a day and show up now as he didn't do anything, as if he didn't betray her. As if he didn't leave her when she needs him the most, she gulps the pool of tears and paid for everything she got, held her kids tightly. Both of the little kids can feel something is odd in their mother's behavior after she met with the strange guy earlier, but they didn't ask her anything. When don't know how she drives back home throughout the ride back home, her heart was aching, eyes were burning with unshed tears. She was masking of being a strong girl from 8 years now, and suddenly after 8 years, a guy who broke her heart and left her like she was no one in his life came back again, the same guy who broke her the way that she was not able to gather her broken pieces till now. Mama, are you okay? He finally asked the question who was lingering the tip of his tongue from the time they left March. One blinks back her tears and forced a smile on her lips. She can be weak now, not now, for her kids. She have to act strong. She don't want them to be worried for her. Her problem was way too much for the baby mind. One looked both of them who was staring her with the doe eyes and questioning looks. Was she looking that vulnerable or was she too transparent for her kids? I'm completely fine, Meta one. She pinched their cheeks with smile on her lips. Are you sure, Mom? Are you feeling tired? You can take rest if you're feeling tired. We will do our homework in meantime, and then we will help you in making apple pie afterwards. When hearts warm up, when did her kids become too big to understand her like this? A silent tear betrayed her and rolled down from her cheeks, but she immediately wiped away and chuckled slightly, kneeling in front of them and both of their cheeks. I got distracted for a while, but I'm fine now because I have my strong kids with me, Dory. She tells them and they nod, showing her their bunny teeth. Let me fresh up and then we'll make apple pie. And in meantime, you guys do homework till I came downstairs. How that sounds? Perfect. Yes, that's a good idea. I'll have Anna in homework. After all, I'm her big brother. He crossed his arms, on which one giggles, and Anna glare at him. Don't be over smart. You're just half an hour older than me. She rolls her eyes in annoyance. Both of them were twins, while Aryan was half an hour older than Anna, so he always thinks it's his responsibility to protect her. And sometimes he becomes overprotective for his mother too. Though one sometimes thinks both of them are actually more mature than their age, and she was probably right. One just shakes her head. It looks like yesterday when she gave birth to these tiny angels, and now they're grown up too early. 3 days later, Wendy stopped kids for school, and now she was getting an iced latte before going her office. Your coffee, ma'am. Have a nice day. She extended the glass with a smile, which one's pics were turning the same smile. Thank you. Have a nice day to you too. With that, one moved to leave, only for Hot to almost jump out of her ribcage. Standing in front of her was none other than Jungkook, in a designer suit which seems that it is specially tailored for him. He wasn't the same person she knows once he was changed from his looks to appearance and the way he carried himself now. Everything was changed. Ma'am, can you please step aside? Someone said, making when to came out of her daydreaming. She didn't even realize she was taking him out. Taking a deep breath, she apologized to the person and started moving outside, passing by Jungkook's side. One stop, he moves behind her and holds her hand. A jolt of electricity rushed down her spine as she grits her teeth and snapped towards him, jerking her head away from his grip. Don't you ever touch me or even came closer to me, she hissed, pointing her index finger towards him. One place listen, we need to talk. One scoffs in disbelief while rolling her eyes. I don't think we need to talk, and what do we actually need to talk about? You know what we need to talk about? When face fell, thinking now he wants custody of her kids, those kids who were the only reason of her existence, but she mastered her fear skillfully with a cold look. I don't think so. We have any topic to talk about. With that saying, one turns as she took fast steps from there and left. A week later, one was in her office and everyone seems in a hurry today. From morning, it was noon and everyone around was too anxious to complete their task or whatever they were doing. What's happening? Why everyone is like this today? She asked her colleague, who was also her good friend. Mia raised a brow and went stare everyone around, indicating her meaning towards them. You don't know? When she shakes her head as no, well, Abexia is coming for a deal today. One just nods. That makes sense. Okay, then we'll continue our work. A few minutes passed and the noise became loud as everyone was gathered in the lobby to greet the CEO. One size shifting to her seat. Everyone seems too disciplined and workaholic today. It's a pleasure to work with you. When I widened to hear the familiar voice as she jerked towards the direction only to get a mini. There was standing Jungkook, well, her boss and CEO of her company. What is he doing here? No, no, this is just a coincidence. Or what would he possibly here? But what is he doing here in the first place? One letter as she breathed, all these questions storming in her mind like a plug. Oh, he's CEO who's we're collaborating with. You know, he's known as well-known famous CEOs of the United States. I heard he was there before it. Now he settled back to his hometown. Well, gulped her aunt saliva, digesting all the information. Where's the same when he heard herself speaking? Maybe she still wasn't dazed, or maybe she wants another reason to hate him more. Her heart was beating so fast, while tears were ready to come out any seconds, but she was holding back her emotions. Oh, you don't even know his name. She rolls her eyes. Come on, man. But anyways, his name is Jungkook. Jin Jungkook. That was more than enough information that one needs to know. He ditched her when she was pregnant with his baby and their unborn child for his own career. She blinks her eyes to control her emotions and conceal it with a cold face. No more than an hour passed when someone came to her and told her that the CEO of their company was asking her to come in his office when eyes widened in horror. All negative thoughts start storming in her mind. She's been working here for the last 5 years now, but she barely met her CEO in person. Was she going to lose her job because of the same person who always hurt her? That was what going in her mind. When took a deep breath, letting go all of her insecurities and straightened her spine to face all her demons, just like how she's been doing from last 8 years. When knocks on the door gently, but her heart was drumming in her ribcage. She was nervous, but she didn't let it show on her face. Come in, she heard her taking a deep breath as she entered an office and slightly bowed her head in respect to elderly woman in front. Good afternoon, sir, she murmured and raised her head, and there he was, sitting in front of her boss, one scoffs in disbelief, but maintained her cold expressions. Miss Swan, good afternoon to you too. How's work going? It's going pretty well, sir. She smiles, but she was anything but happy. She can feel the lingering gaze of a similar someone, but she didn't to spare him even a single glance. Very well. Well, you must thinking about the reason I call you suddenly. Meet Mr. Jeon Jungkook, CEO of Jeon Enterprises. He introduced and went forward herself to spare him a glance and lightly bowed her head in respect to him as well. Well, we're so grateful to collaborate with Jeon Enterprises, but as you know, Jeon Company is far end of the city and he need a secretary from a company who will send the files and official documents to him. So for that, we have assigned you as his personal secretary for next few months. On face bill, was you listening right? It was far worse than being resigned. She don't want to see him even for a single second, and breathing same mirror as him was something she never wants. She felt a heavy lump in throat and looked towards Jungkook, only to find him smirking. Anger built up in her body as she just clenched her face on both sides to control herself. I'm sorry, sir, but may I ask why me? Nothing personal, Miss Wan. We talk with our official team, and someone suggested you're suitable for the job. One heart was beating faster, and she was holding all emotions of her hatred and anger to herself. I can understand, sir. It's important matter, but for information, I'm mother of two childs, and they need me after work. I'm afraid that I'm unable to do extra work after my official work time. I got it, but you don't need to do anything after your office hours. Everything will be as flexible as same as before. You will only have to transfer your official documents in office time and you will get paid for that too. And by the way, Mr. John is ready to pay double from the pay you've been offering here. When I slightly widened in shock and she looked towards him whose face was hard without any emotions now. Was she expecting him to react after she mentioned about her kids? Maybe she was, but he was stern cold. Her heart shed some painful tears. Why had kids have to face this? She was strong enough to understand a man don't want her, but it was too much for her poor kids. Her heart ached knowing this. I'll think about it, sir. Please give me some time. Here, both sorts. I can give you more time, but you just have a single day to decide, and I have high hopes from you, Miss Wan. I don't want to hear no. He smells Ellen, and one failed to return it. I shall take my leave. With that saying, she didn't stay in the second there. Wen took some deep breaths. After coming outside, where I was going, Youngest mind was beyond evil, and she was damn sure she won't let herself or her kids affect his evil shadow. As soon as Wen left cabin, Jungkook rushed behind her as he walked towards her. We need to talk, he murmurs as he grasps your arm and prevents you from leaving. I don't want to talk with you and stop making a scene everywhere, she hissed, glaring him as she tried to go away from him. I said we need to talk, and we shall talk, and not here in front of everyone, so get in my cabin with me. As he was a collaborator, he already got a cabin for himself to say when he came here. Don't make a scene, Jungkook. We don't know each other, and I'll leave my arm. She quits out, but he didn't let go. Instead, tightened his grip on your arm and leads you, more like drag you to his cabin. You do know who I am, and don't pretend you don't. Now come with me. I don't want to make you upset, and we're already making a scene here with this conversation, so let's continue it inside. When close her eyes, she don't want anyone to suspect them, especially when a new billionaire CEO just came to their office for first time, and she was getting his all attention. Gossips will spread like soon, so she let him lead her, even though that's the least thing she wants right now. Here, no one will interrupt us, and now I want you to listen to me without interrupting me and without arguing. Please, Wine grits her teeth while stomping her feet on his. He hissed slightly but didn't say anything. Sure, I'm listening, sir. Speak wherever you have to say. His eyes and close eyes. I loved you from the first moment I saw you, and I still love you with all I have. I'm nothing without you. I'm incomplete without you. I have not dated any girls since I left you, and don't want anyone else except you. You're the only one for me, and I can't live without you. I want you back in my life. I want you to come back to me. Will you? She scoffs on his words, and especially his audacity to say this to her when she knows truth better than anyone. What a great liar he have become, and why you thought this information is necessary to share with me. She took a step towards him, her eyes cold and lethal. I stopped believing you and your lies long time ago, Jungkook. So I will suggest you better don't make your hopes high. Sorry to demolish your hopes, but you will never have me, she replied before turning to leave, because you don't have any energy to waste on him, nor he deserve her attention. But he didn't let go of your waist. As he stepped closer to you, one can feel his hot breath on her skin. I won't take no for an answer. I want you back, and I will have you, either we want it or not. You better not let me use my ways. He grits when felt goosebumps on her body. To be continued.